Last time on the Constant Chronicle Bad Egg, we met Ignatius Malfide, a gnome slave who was sent to the far north to retrieve 3 persons of interest with the hopes of earning his freedom in the bargain. After months of travel on a troll barge, Ignatius was able to reach the frozen tundra and recover his bounty, Vic Von Claude, Rain Colveris, and Lilith DeVille. And now, Constant Chronicle Bad Egg continues.
After I've eaten breakfast and turned to the little man with the horses, say, you said you've been traveling a long time. Why?
To find you, O Dark One.
You bow and genuflect, of course, like a proper slave, yeah. Submissive, as you've been taught to be, to survive.
Vic looks at his skin and says, I'm quite pale, so I don't know why you're calling me Dark One.
Which, in the snow, you could get lost very easily. So maybe choose darker horses, I guess. What color horse did you have there, Ignatius? I guess since we're picking horses now, that's the next thought.
Green one, the sickly looking.
The pale horse. The one that's like old golden retriever color.
Yeah.
So, and you had the red horse, Rain?
Yep.
That's 2 horses spoken for, so we've got a white horse and a black horse left.
Vic holds out his hand and goes, ladies first. The black horse.
Now everyone's got a horse assigned to them. You can name it. It's your own horse. You guys now all have a horse in your belonging. You still have to handle animal it and ride it to use it because it's, just a fucking dumbass horse. But you guys now have all access to a horse with a saddle and a rope. Semi-trained horse, but you're still on an egg.
Vic says to the little man, so you found us. What's next?
I was thinking maybe some destruction.
Rain gives you a really huge thumbs up, like 2 thumbs up.
Vic looks at you like Steve Harvey looking at somebody who just gave a really fucking dumb answer on Failing Feud.
Can anyone do like a knowledge, like local geography to figure out where we are? Like, I'm not sure which continent we're on.
Well, I was like, hey, I know a troll, best friend in the entire world. You guys are gonna love him, trolling, and he'll give us a ride wherever we want.
Yes, let's.
But he's my best friend. Bundle up because it's cold as shit out there.
You guys have bedrolls or anything you want to wrap up in when you ride your horses?
I do, in fact, have a bedroll.
Everyone has a bedroll, can wrap up in a bedroll and hop on a horse, and you guys can ride in as much warmth as possible. For that, I will only make you guys roll the fortitude save 1 time, and you've only got to beat a 15.
23.
13. 17.
Only 13.
So, Ignatius and Lilith, you both take 3 of that cold damage, because it's cold as hell out. But I need all of you to roll a survival check to make sure you don't get lost when you're trying to find this boat, because it's snow blind and all that. So as long as one of you succeeds a survival check, you guys can find this boat. As long as no one totally fucks up and gets you lost.
That's 18.
Everyone did in the double digits except Vic. So Vic is not much help, but you guys are able to lead. Vic's probably behind you guys. You guys are able to lead the horses south. And maybe you don't hit the boat right away, but you hit the shore and then look down the shore and be like, oh, there's that fucking barge with the troll on it. It's the one thing that's out here. There's nothing else out here, as far as you guys can tell. Get on your troll barge. The troll's still there.
Yeah.
Maybe roll me a diplomacy to get on the boat with the troll and make sure he's still your trolley friend.
He's obviously my best friend, and I have my pass.
Flash your scroll at him.
I got a 14 for my best bud.
He doesn't seem to be in the best spirits. He's cold, but I mean, it's your barge. He still looks at your horses kind of longingly, like that would be a good snack. That horse, he'll push away from the ice if you guys want to hop on that boat.
Yeah. I'm going to look at the guys and be like, you missed me. You can tell.
Yeah.
Rain agrees with you. Rain agrees, nodding.
I think he wants to eat our pack animals.
It's just how he looks.
You hear his stomach grumbling. Yeah, they smell bad. His stomach's grumbling. Whoever gave this tiny man authority must have a lot of authority over these trolls, because trolls don't usually follow orders, and they're following this tiny man's orders and not even devouring these delicious horses they want to eat, obviously.
Or power of friendship.
That's the positive power of gnome thinking right there. I'm pretty sure the whole time you were a slave to the Drow family, you thought, we're slowly becoming friends. I can't wait till I'm free and we can just have, a meal together as buds. You're here on the boat making friends. You guys have a barge. You have to kind of direct it where to go. The troll will just, roll aimlessly unless you tell him. And he'll roll in circles because he'll stand on one side of the boat and just row unless you tell him otherwise. The troll needs something, or he just doesn't know what to do. He's pretty dumb on his own.
I would like to jump right behind him to see if I can fling him into the water.
Rain, you want to push Rain into the cold water?
I don't want to push him. I want to jump on the barge to see if I can dislodge him.
Shake the boat?
Yeah, right behind him. So all of our combined weight is right there, the barge.
It's a pretty large barge. Maybe if you and your horse did with a handled animal, you could take it, because the horse has a little more weight. That might be enough to shake it one way or the other.
Yeah, I rolled a 14 to try to direct my horse.
Enough to shake the boat a little, but not enough to tilt it or toss him somebody off board. It can maybe roll a reflex save to see how you handle it there, Rain, since you're right on the edge. You have to really fuck up to fall in. Otherwise, you just kind of go, whoa, whoa, whoa. You catch yourself.
So you actually rides out the wake of the shaking.
Oh, like surfing. Yeah. You're like Teen Wolf on top of a van.
He gave him like a thumbs up. Like, oh man, that was awesome. Do it again.
I say to the assembled group, does anybody know anything about maps?
Nope.
I've got all the maps.
I have a map of East Lenya.
Lilith has a much larger collection of maps, apparently. Still takes a roll to know where you are or where to go or whatever, but you can use this to help you, to aid you.
Vic says, I think we should go to Air Bank. A, I have a lot of money in the bank there. B, it is much warmer than it is here. And C, the hobo can get a bath.
Rain gives you a thumbs up.
I'm not opposed.
I'm not busy.
It still takes a geography roll or something to get there. You guys have maps to look at now, so you can use those as aids.
I got a 16 geography. Anybody want to help out?
I'll try to contribute with my 14.
Although you guys aren't that great at reading maps, you don't know exactly where you are. You guys, you know you're far north. You know that's the most northern part of the maps, but you don't know where east or west you are. Once you get farther south from here, where you can see their land masses and stuff. Maybe you can use that to figure out something else. You guys have enough information to go south based on the stars and those rolls. You're not going at a very fast speed. You're going to be traveling for quite a while.
Yeah, does he have an extra oars? Oh,
No, he doesn't have any extra oars. He's got the one. It's a big troll oar, but he's only got the one. Anyone on this boat that's been a slave before recognizes a slave when you see one. This troll is definitely a slave. He's just following orders, like consuming himself. As much as Ignatius thinks this guy is his friend, anyone else that, with any sort of sense motive above 10 can figure out this troll is a servant. Even to this lowly gnome who seems servant class to some of you that are wealthy. Servants among servants, as far as probably the wealthy among you are concerned, or the well-connected. You can go southish. It's still very cold as you guys head south, so I need another fortitude save as you guys leave. You've only got to beat a 15 because you guys have cloaks and horses and such.
22.
Wait, rest.
Yeah, you're on a boat. You can rest. Take
I got 12.
3 damage if you didn't beat 15. You get a little cold, but you also can rest as, huddle up in a pile near your horses and rest as you guys leave this area. 4, 6, 8, 10, however many hours you want to sleep to recover as you guys head south. Roll for initiative.
Nice.
19.
15.
Just beat a 10.
The natural 20. John Gee got a 4.
A 10.
Yeah, you can roll a perception check there or whatever you want, Vic, since you are at the highest order.
Oh, I'll try. I got a 2.
Yeah, you have a hard time telling what's happening, but as you guys are riding this raft, all of a sudden the water around you gets splashing, bubbling. All of a sudden around the ship, there's a lot of commotion.
I got a 21 on perception.
20 dose.
Anyone that rolled higher than a 15 can see that there are some kind of small fish surrounding the boat. Maybe just sensing that there's meat on board. You guys, the horses, the troll, like whatever it is. Maybe because the troll was taken bites out of his arm, might have bled into the water. Whatever it is, attracted a bunch of tiny fish with razor-sharp teeth actively circling your boat, biting around your boat, splashing around nearby your boat.
Gracious little buggers.
Mm-hmm.
Shrieking eel.
I'm gonna get near my horse, and if any of the piranhas
Ice
come
fish.
out, come at me or my horse, I'm gonna bop them in the face.
So you want to ready action hit a fish if it attacks?
I'm
Alright.
gonna punch a fish in the mouth.
I don't know, what's the plan here, guys? What are we trying to do?
Kill the
The
fish.
fish.
How are we going to kill all these fish?
Stab the fish with my sword. I got a
It's like whispering.
16 to hit.
You stab at the water but don't hit anything. See the fish swirling around your blade, but the blade misses heart as you stab. They also don't jump out of the water though, even though you get pretty close when you stab it. They look like they stick to the water. They bite at the surface but don't leap. After Lilith comes Ignatius.
Yeah, I want to go to put my hand over, and I want to do a kinetic blast of electricity. And the fish, its face is looking at me. It's going to be a ranged
Noise.
touch.
Alright, do me a range touch.
Plus 1 point blank shot. So that's an unnatural 20.
That's just enough to hit. I get a reflex save. I guess my touch is a 20, but it's electricity, so you're gonna do double damage anyway because they're not weak to it, but because they're in water, salt water. And I rolled low enough that you can just do all that damage.
Plus 1 because of point blank shot, so 11 damage.
Yeah, you zap a fish. One of them is floating on top of the water now and cooked. It smells like food. You just microwaved a fish. But to grab it, you'll have to reach into the water nearly so they're biting jaws. There's a bunch of other ones, but you just did zap one for damn sure. There are many more around. The fish in the water frenzy and continue to bite. Their mouths reaching up a little bit. They don't actually leap or anything. So unless you guys are dumb enough to stick your dick in the water, they don't have anything to snack on. So back to Vic.
Would it be possible for me to cast Burning Hands when several of them are jumping? Yeah, they get a reflex for half.
Yeah, that works for me. You can burst them. I rolled so low that it's going to work. I rolled a 7 and my reflex of 4, so 11.
Yeah,
That was too. I figured that was too low.
In a 15-foot cone-shaped burst, a bunch of these fish take 3 fire damage.
You broil a handful of fish almost to unconsciousness, but not quite.
Say, fuck you, Poisson.
Rain?
I'm just gonna hold my position. If one of them come out of the water, I'm gonna punch in the face. See, putting my hand in the water does not seem like a good idea.
Yeah, you're not that dumb. You can just be ready. If someone else gets bit, you'd be ready to help them, but otherwise...
There we go. I will punch a fish in the mouth.
If it comes down to it.
If it comes out of the water, I'll punch it in the
You're
mouth.
ready to punch a fish. Alright. If someone gets one on board, you'll knock it unconscious. Lilith.
I wasn't prepared for that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm not prepared for any of this, so that's how we do it. We just make it up as we go. It's improv.
Improv.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it ride. I'm just gonna hang out with my horse.
Alright, cool. Well, yeah, I do want to send a prayer out to Gozra. And I want to be like, hey, Gozra, kind of hungry. Try to kill another fish. Gee, to bring it to me, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, you want to send your electric turtle out there to zap some fish.
Well, I would like to kill a fish and then see if you can grab the fish for me.
Lightning bolts can't grab things, is the problem. Your lightning bolt can zap some fish, and in the water can probably kill a lot more than you can. You're going to need something physical to actually scoop up and grab the fish, is the problem. A net.
I don't have that. I'm just going to kill another fish.
Sans Junqui.
Yeah, that's not going to go well. 2 plus... Yeah, that's only a 5.
The fish continue to frenzy.
I hate these fish, I say. Point my fingers at the water and cast once again Burning Hands.
If you want to attack that same group of fish, you can now have like a cluster of floating fish there. So at this point, if you guys just want to find a way to scoop up maybe about 10 dead fish, you can. If someone wants to be brave or has a way to scoop them up with some property of theirs.
An iron pot. Can I try to...
Yeah, with an iron pot, you can scoop up 1 fish with a survival maybe or something.
22.
I'll let you get 2 fish with that. You got 2 fish in your pot.
Yeah.
They're already cooked and everything, and in salt water. So you got a fish stew right there, ready to go if you want. Just don't drink all the salt water.
We'll share those for dinner or something.
You guys can ride on your small fish meal. You'll pass through this frenzy of fish from having a full belly. You kind of all cuddle up behind your horses in a big warm pile since it's still kind of cold out. Huddle together for warmth. No one wants to mention it, but you all get boners cuddling together. It's awkward, but no one says anything about it.
Lady boner?
Yeah, lady boner. That's the same thing. You all get horny for some reason.
Yeah, Colbert does not have any problem.
Or maybe you just really like horses.
He's thinking about eating all of these.
But unless you really need to rest really hard, you can roll perception as you start drifting off in the night. See if you wake up.
17.
I rolled a 14.
Natural 1.
Sorry, I got a 20, but not natural.
Everyone except Ignatius wakes up. The 3 of you that wake up because you hear heavy breathing. Maybe one of you gets slobber dripped on you. And the troll, lumbering large over you, licking his lips, looks hungry. So roll for initiative.
I got it. I got it, brother me.
I got a 21.
I got an 8.
Only got a 9.
I also got a 9.
Ignatius, you shouldn't have rolled that because you're still asleep. Once this happens, if people make noise, that you can roll again for perception and probably won't roll a 1 and we'll wake up. So yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So it's actually Rain who gets the first move.
Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to... He's like right next to me.
Yeah, you're all like sleeping in a pile with your various wet dreams. The group and your horses all there, like clustered together, and the hungry troll is lumbering large over all of you.
I'm going to give myself... I'm going to do martial flexibility, give myself something, and then I'm going to punch him in the face. 22.
That's a hit.
That is 13 damage. I gave myself power attack.
That's a lot of damage on that troll face. Then after Rain comes Vic.
I'd like to toe at the gnome with my big toe. Right in his rib cage between the lowest and the second lowest rib. Nudge him.
All right,
Very, very forcefully.
That's a minor action. We'll call that your free action for this turn. You can do that, and you can roll a perception on that, Ignatius.
21.
You can wake up to that. That tickles. Someone tickled you with their toe.
Big ass toe like the size of one of your lungs.
If Vic wants to give up a turn to you now, that's fine with me, and you can, if that's what Vic's intention was on waking you up.
Fine by me.
Yeah, since you had a 21, and you had the highest initiative, and you rolled to wake up. So.
Okay, well, I'm just going to try to get in the middle because this is my best friend, obviously. And I'm going to grab my piece of paper with the mark of Granagris on it.
All right, so you rummage through your bag, grab the paper, whip it out, hold it up,
Yeah.
hold me diplomacy, or intimidate, whichever you're trying to do. But this is your friend, I assume, diplomacy.
Yeah. 19.
He seems torn, confused. He looks at the paper, looks at you guys and the horses and stuff, looks at the paper, looks at you guys and the paper, licking his lips. He's kind of, he's got hit, so he's kind of enraged. You can tell he's going to have a hard time following that order. You have a hard time telling if he's totally stopping aggression or not.
I think I'd just be like, hey man, take a bite off your arm. You were enjoying it so much. And tomorrow we'll get some fish for you. We'll go in. We'll get a big meal for you. Like, not tonight, man. We're all sleeping.
Diplomacy.
Modified 20.
He grumbles and nibbles on his arm and sits back down. But he's like sitting very close to you guys now and is looking very angry. But he is gnawing on his arm.
I would like to say to you, listen to me, you bastard. If you ever think about gnawing on me again, and I'll feed you piece by piece to yourself. Understand?
I was just gonna eat a horse.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, first it's the horse, then it's the rest of the horses, then it's the gnome.
Yeah, that's probably the order I would eat you guys in. Horse, 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 gnome, naked guy, lady, you.
The gnome
I would
is
eat
one
you
of-
last.
Dream about it, you.
Food dreams.
Rain looks dejected, going to respect his friend who rescued him from the egg.
Respect your new acquaintances and all fall back asleep in your cuddle puddle. You guys wake up the next day, fully recharged and awake. The troll's gotten all the way past his shoulder, and you can tell he's like trying to bite. He can't get much more. He's missing a whole arm now. If you know anything about trolls, they can only sustain themselves on troll meat so long before they succumb to troll madness. I mean, his whole arm's gone, so he's not regenerating it as fast as he eats it, obviously. It will grow back. It'll just be a tiny arm for a while and get bigger.
Anybody have some food for this troll so he stops eating himself? Can we catch? No one knows. We don't have any fishing gear. We can't go fishing.
I have a banana, but I'm not going to give it to the troll.
I don't know if a troll would know what to do with banana.
I'm not wasting it on this ass, so I'd rather cut off his head. We
Yeah,
can stop his regeneration. I would rather give food to people who will appreciate it and not drool like an idiot.
I rolled really low perception, so he's not paying attention to you guys.
Worst case scenario,
He's got
we
just
could
a
probably
dead
go
stare.
like electro fishing though, like throw some bait in the water, and then if fish start eating it, I can just shock water.
I'd also like to maybe acknowledge geography to figure out how close we are to land. Oh, natural 20.
You guys have been drifting for a while. The troll hasn't been rowing as well or as much since he's only got one arm. The raft is just like following the current. You don't have a destination per se. Closest land to where you are may be east of here.
I will share that knowledge.
Right on the flag. Let's go east then.
Anyone know how to find east? Anyone got a compass or want to roll for that?
He was hoping you guys knew.
You know which way east is. Sure. You can look at the stars and figure that out. Or the sun
Alright,
or whatever.
I'll get the troll to take us east. How about that?
Yeah, I can talk to him.
And maybe feed him so he doesn't get. Well, this is. I'm gonna roll another knowledge nature to know about what do you call it, troll sickness or whatever.
Mad troll disease.
I've got a 10 to learn about. Is it bad that if trolls keep eating themselves? But
Well, yeah, the 10 you wouldn't know very much. You might have heard of mad troll disease, and that'd be, might have just cursory knowledge about it with a 10.
all right, but yeah, can we start heading east? What do you think, guys?
I want to try to do this, guy some fish, an effort to maybe gain some trust before we go on this, because I don't want him to go crazy.
I'd rather him not eat our horse.
Yes, same.
So whatever we can do to keep that from happening, keep him from going troll crazy on us, that would be great.
How tall is the troll?
So probably 14 feet tall.
Okay.
And of course, your horses will also require food at some point, and they don't eat fish, so something else to be concerned about. Another reason to reach land soon, I guess.
I'm out of trail rations, I think. So
I,
if we want to
I'm
throw
gonna pull out a trail ration I have, and it's not great looking. It looks like the worst thing he had in his bag.
perfect.
Sounds like horse food. Nuts and berries and such.
Or we could try to go fishing with it real quick.
Rain shrugs.
Well, yeah, can we toss it in the water and try to chum the water a little bit?
With the trail mix.
Yeah.
The trip.
You can throw trail mix in the water. I've never seen anyone fish with trail mix before. You can try anything once, though. You're a gnome, so that seems like something a gnome would do, and it might work because you're a gnome. I don't know. Sometimes gnomes just believe in something so hard that it just works. You want to roll me like a survival check to see if you can attract fish with your berries and nuts.
Can I do a knowledge nature?
That would only tell you something that wouldn't achieve a goal.
Oh, I got a 2, so I got a 5.
The dice have chosen the way that went. So yeah, you threw some food in the water, now it's just floating there, and the horses look dejectedly at it like they could have eaten that, and they're starving
Well, fuck
too.
the horses. I'll scoop it up and give it to the horses.
like out of the water.
Dicks about it. Yeah.
Push the horse in there. Go get it.
Salty.
Now it's flavored trail mix.
Yeah. You're welcome, horses.
Alright, so yeah, you can scoop it up and feed it back to the horses. I'm okay. I'll let that happen. I've had a couple
What is
beers.
the general climate?
It's still very cold. It's not as cold as it was when you guys were in the very far north, but it's still chilly out. I mean, you guys are in the middle of the ocean. It's windy and cold. There's no
You're
longer
lucky I
snow or
thought-
ice or anything, but it's still very chilly.
I point at the mute and I say, "You, here, let's try something, okay?
He writes what?
Stretch out your hand over the side of the boat.
I'd rather eat the troll. He writes.
It'll be fine. Just take this knife, slice across your hand, bleed into the water, attract fish."
You do it. He writes.
No, I have plenty of rations in here. I don't particularly give a fuck about the rest of you starving, but if you'd like to eat, perhaps you should follow my advice.
He writes. I have plenty of rations too.
I don't think so, Strike Bean.
I actually did buy a lot of rations though, so I do have actually a lot of rations.
That's stable, Doc. Vic doesn't care.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
haranguing you.
Vic takes one look at you and assumes you're very poor. Because you were until you ran away from home and stole a bunch of shit.
Probably still poor.
No, he is. He just has more than he usually has on him.
Listen, do you want to eat stale nuts, or would you like to eat shark meat?
Get with somebody else. I'm not following.
Fallen for what? Food
Face.
in your stomach?
Yes, exactly.
Well, then you're not getting any. We have sharks pulled up.
Good luck.
I look at Iggy. Vic says, "Well, what about you? You like shark meat?"
I like shark meat. I just don't know how I feel about bleeding around my friend here.
Nah, fuck him. I'll burn his face off.
Couldn't hurt for me maybe to pray to Urgathoa, but it's not going to give us much stuff good for you guys.
I can try Gozra.
Maybe a nature favor is in order.
Nature-oriented. Otherwise, I'm just going to bring up a whole bunch of dead fish.
I'll pray to Gozra, and I'll ask for a bounty of fish
Bring us a meal.
for my best friend.
Religion or diplomacy.
And I got another modified 20.
You can attract one large fish. After your prayer, you will notice a large fish swimming nearby.
How far is it?
It's about 120 feet away right now.
In the meantime, who's our ranged attacker? Let's tie a rope to an arrow and try to spear that thing. I don't have anything. I have an axe. I've got a bow as well, but I'm not as dexterous as some others.
I'm going to start gathering energy. So it's going to be loud.
Get your zaps and start cracking and popping.
Yeah, all around me.
Static, like your hair starts standing up on the end.
Yeah.
Like when you
What do
wear
mean?
socks
Are
on
you
the carpet.
okay? Are you having a seizure or something?
Of sorts. But basically, so I'm gathering energy so I can do a far attack. And that would be my move for this round.
Like when Mega Man charges up his cannon in Mega Man X.
Yeah, I'm going to use a long distance infusion with that.
Yeah, the shark in the water seems oblivious to you, so if you can reach a range of 120 feet, which is about how far away it'll stay from your boat, but you can
As
charge
far
it
as I
that.
can go, yeah.
If no one else wants to attack it, you can be the first one to attack it if you charge that up in time and no one else fires.
So this will be a ranged touch attack. 23.
Definite hit. I mean, it's the water, it's a shark. Sharks like sense electricity too, so
6 plus 2. So 8.
8 damage. Yeah, you heard it. It's not dead yet though. It's not belly up or anything. You definitely
Can we get
zapped it.
closer to it?
But it's not stunned. It's still about 120 feet away, just like got zapped. And controlling your large raft is very difficult, especially with your one-armed troll, who seems to be trying to row with the oar at his foot. And who knows how he might just be rowing you guys in circles. Who knows how much help he is at this point.
I'm saying, listen, burning hands to his face, we won't have any regeneration, and then we can just kill him.
We'll see. Sharks like blood, so I will open up a vein and drop some blood into the water to hopefully bring it towards us. How about that?
Thank you. At least someone has some brains on this goddamn.
That's someone being me.
I'll take 1 damage.
Like during all of this, you're just like frantically scribbling things in chalk. Especially because it sounds like you're writing really long sentences.
Yeah. It's just,
I don't think anyone's even bothering to read what you're writing at, but you are writing. No one's even
Yes,
looking at your
I'm writing those
chalkboard.
things.
The shark is still kind of stunned, so it will sense the blood in the water, but hasn't moved this way yet. Anybody else want to do anything before this shark starts coming this way?
Rain will write on it and put the chalkboard in front of Lilith's face, right next to Lilith, and be like, "Hey, I can shoot that bow kinda."
And you don't have a bow?
Right.
I wouldn't give you mine.
You can use mine, I don't care.
All right, cool. What kind of bow is this?
A heavy crossbow.
So you're still proficient with that?
I can make my. You know what's awesome about me? I am proficient now.
Because of your martial flexibility? Damn martial flexibility. If Ignatius is willing to loan you a weapon, I can't stop him.
Yeah, 21.
21 is a hit on the shark. I like
It's
that,
5.
right?
It looks like he's attempting to whistles because that's the only sound you can make after the voice box. So,
What was the damage?
5. Rain points to his grappling hook that he happens to have.
Ah!
I prepared.
Lilith, gives the thumbs up.
The shark now has an arrow in it and starts to swim away.
Oh!
Because it got shot in the butt.
Hook it with like, as a
Can you throw a grappling hook 120 feet?
No, I cannot.
I didn't think so.
That is outside my range. Bastard shark. Does it want to eat us?
Well, but
Probably.
we still have another round of maybe us getting closer because the troll's rowing in circles. Apparently, maybe he's rowing in a circle towards it.
No way you moved 120 feet in 6
I hand
seconds.
the gnome back his crossbow.
Even if he was rolling in a circle towards the
Thank
shark,
you.
the shark's moving faster than you guys are moving. So
Well, would I still be able to hit it one more time next round?
if you have time to charge it up and shoot that far, yeah.
Yeah. We can do it all in one round. I just have to gather power and then...
And zap it. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
do it now before it swims any further away, or it
Is
gets
that
to
okay with
180
y'all?
feet, I'm
Yeah,
okay
go
with it.
for it.
Modified 20.
That's a hit.
8 damage again.
Nice.
So that's definitely put the shark near death, barely moving. It's like stutter fluttering. You can tell it's weakened. It's moving very slow. If your troll could row in the right direction, you might be able to catch up with it now. But like I said, your troll is having a lot of difficulty rowing in any kind of direction.
Can I?
Dick walks over to the troll and says, "Give me that fucking oar."
Intimidation?
16.
Troll looks more confused than intimidated, but we'll hand over the oar.
I would like to cast a large person on myself and then begin rowing in the correct direction.
Do that, row towards the stunned shark. Row as hard as you can, fast. Yeah, you guys can. If you do that, you can get really close to the shark because it can't swim very fast right now. It only has 1 HP left, so you can get right up next to it if you like.
I would like to flex my 2 working arms, especially because I am 14 feet tall now. At the troll.
I punched the shark right in the rabbit.
Ryan, the shark skin should deal damage to Rain's hands.
16 with 10 damage.
Unconscious shark. You can pull him aboard now.
I pulled the shark aboard.
And then if you want to coup de grace it,
I'm gonna bite off a bit of its flesh, just like.
That's gonna hurt your teeth, man. They're good. They have things in their skin called denticles.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Gross.
Does anyone have a good knowledge, I don't know, nature to fillet this bad boy?
Oh, just give it to the troll and let's go.
I rolled a natural 20 on nature.
that'll give you the knowledge of how to do it, but survival is that skill you have to use to actually skin it.
So I would also
The nature would tell you everything you know about it. It's more fun, like the stuff you just said, like all the science knowledge you have about sharks, probably how to cut it, but you would still, the skill still requires someone to roll
I'm
up.
gonna take out a dagger. I rolled a 20 on my rival.
Alright, yeah, so after hearing Vic's instructions, you can follow them and skin it
instruct
expertly.
Rain, I say, listen, hang it over the side of the boat first. You have to cut off its head to drain its blood before it can be eaten. The blood is left inside the meat for too long, it goes foul because sharks have terrible forward kidneys, very high in ammonia content.
And that's what
Hey,
that's what knowledge will
like,
get you.
What the fuck?
But together, you guys can drain the shark and toss it over to the confused and hungry troll. Which
We'll
he'll,
give the head of the shark to the troll for sure for him to chomp on, and then we'll keep the fillets.
Give it the guts and all the bones.
classic evil guy stuff. We'll keep the good meat, actually. You can have all the scraps. All right, you feed the troll shark scraps, and then you pack away the rest of the good shark meat yourselves.
And cook some of it.
You eat it at least once a day is smart.
I feel like we've done a good job, and we deserve some lunch.
Everybody eats, and the troll doesn't feel left out because you guys tossed him some food this time, too.
If only we had a little white wine from Marabin right now. Oh, it would be so delicious with this meat.
I guess I should feed my horse too.
Yeah.
You gotta feed the horses. If anyone has anything to feed it,
My ration's back, so I'll just give it.
you don't want
I'll
them to
give
be emaciated.
Mine a ration.
One of the horses is fed.
I'll feed mine. Out of
2
My
horses
horse's
fed.
name is Polemo.
Nobody knows that.
But ration as well.
Unless you
I
ride
know it.
It's in your head. That's just for
Find
canon.
some water. I don't think I have any food.
Who has the famine horse? I think it'd be funny to not feed that horse. You guys can drift or have your troll row or help roll. He still, doesn't have a full-grown arm, so any assistance would, I'm sure, be greatly appreciated. Plus, one oar is hard to steer with, So
Yeah.
anything you guys could do to...
We can row with, and also if you could enlarge yourself again to help us out, that would be great to help paddle us.
It only lasts for a minute, and then I'm gonna have to rest.
I have an iron pot. I'll use.
I mean, Rain would take a turn.
You guys are going to hit some rough weather. No
Bummer.
beast or anything, but choppy water, big waves that are going to toss you guys around. Just roll reflex save to make sure no one falls off.
Blah, blah.
I'll roll one for the troll. Troll's fine.
24.
You're fine.
I got a 14.
Natural 1.
Oh, no.
I rolled an 18.
Just Lilith drops into the drink. Everyone can roll one for their horses too, though.
Yeah.
Just roll the
What's that
dice. Don't have to add anything to it. Just roll it, and if it's below a 10, your horse falls in.
I hope
19.
spell in with me.
12.
Sit on the money.
So Ignatius' horse falls in, Lilith's horse falls in, and Lilith, of course. So 3 things you probably want to get out of the water are now in the cold water among the big waves. So you have a limited amount of time to rescue them, if you so choose.
I will hurriedly begin pulling the rope out of my pack. Toss a line to Lois.
A reflex, Lilith, to try to catch the rope.
14.
So you're gonna have trouble. Grass is gonna like land in the water in front of you, and you're gonna have to like swim for it. It's not gonna land in your hands or anything. But with a 14, I'll say that you can grab the end of it. Either one of you can now roll a strength, either for Vic to pull you in or for you to pull yourself in on the rope.
I wouldn't leave my horse. Just trying to figure out what his name is, but it sticks.
Like the band or the river.
There you go. Can I just grab the horse, throw it on the boat? Would that require a significantly high roll?
Rain, if you want to help save Ignatius' horse, I need you to roll.
Could I
think you need
grab
handle
it?
animal or something else to get it close enough.
Would it no, it wouldn't grab a rope.
Horses aren't
Could I
that smart.
hook it?
You can throw a grappling hook into a horse if you want. No skin off my back, but maybe some skin off a horse's back. But it would get it back on board, I'm sure.
Fuck it. I don't think I'll kill it after like a couple.
Gotta
And to be fair, Rain, your family raised horses, and this wouldn't be the first horse abuse you've probably participated in. So
No, this is 20. That's a natural 22.
yeah, you can sink a grappling hook into a horse with that for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab.
Roll me
that horse.
like a d6 worth of damage at least on the horse.
2.
So not much damage, so it's not deep in there. But yeah, you can grappling hook a horse to start yanking it in with a strength check.
Yeah, you got it. 19.
You can pull that horse back aboard with all that, and wrestle it back aboard with your arms. Now we just have Lilith out in the water with your horse. How would you like to coax it back on board, or grab it, or it's nearby you, and they can sort of swim for a limited period of time. So
I'll have to do a handle animal and see if I can coax Sticks back towards the raft. That's going to be a 10.
ooh, tough time. It's nearby, but it's definitely panicking in the water, not responding that well to you. Maybe with a survival check, you can tie the rope onto it, though. I might allow that.
Alright, let's try that. Around the bridle, well trained enough. That's a 12.
These are well-trained Krenagrezian horses. So yeah, you can tie it on with a 12, but as you know as a player, a 12's not a great knot. So you've tied something onto the bridle. How well it holds in this rough water, we'll see. But if someone wants to yank in the horse and you can hold onto the horse or the rope, that's possible. But now it'd be harder for you to climb the rope without, you still could, but someone still has to drag in the horse. So do you want to climb the rope ahead of the horse and...
I lead it, so that's good.
I'll do the yanking.
Grab onto the horse as well.
Everything's lighter in the water, so that's fine until someone has to pull it on board. And Rain, I'm sure, will help you once it's close enough, because he's a pretty strong guy. And I rolled low enough that your knot doesn't come undone, even though it's not a very well-tied knot. And you're able to drag that horse and yourself back on board the raft. So you guys are a little wet, but no worse for wear.
Yeah, of course. I mean, to see this from afar, I don't want to see you just drown. And, these fine-ass horses, too. Very nice.
Water in a chalkboard that keeps straining off, like the water keeps ruining it.
You guys will drift for another day and keep rowing. But then someone want to roll a perception check. Maybe you'll spot land.
Oh boy.
13.
11.
So the guys that rolled 13, you think maybe you saw land over there. So yeah, maybe you're closer. And if you saw land, you can't be more than, at least the speed you're moving, more than 6 days away if you saw something you think you saw.
That away.
Rain points in that general direction.
You guys head that way, you rest, you snack on your own snacks, silently, secretly. You keep your troll busy. You guys enjoy some more shark meat. Rest again. Are woken up the next day. You,
Perception check.
please.
So do a perception. 24.
11.
Natural 1.
22.
So Ignatius and Rain will notice a mass of what looks like kelp or seaweed, like in front of you as you guys get closer to the shore. But it's large. It's larger than your raft, and you sort of like bump into it, and it's sort of holding you guys up.
Start hacking at it. If that'll help. Unless you guys
We
have
do
a better idea.
Knowledge nature?
Yeah,
I might have seen this before.
Yeah.
I got 14.
Rain is naturally suspicious. Whatever this is.
And I think Ignatius with a 14 is also suspicious of what this is, and maybe will advise anyone from messing with it
I got a 9.
without knowing more.
I'll say that on the way here, I came across a moving large mass. I don't know what it was. This could be it.
This
I don't know
seems
if I
much
wanna mess
smaller
with it.
than that, and that seemed much
Okay.
denser and like more like earth moving through the water. This just seems
Okay.
like a mass of seaweed. But it's definitely something eerie about it. I need everyone to roll a will save.
Oh, farts.
Yeah, Bart.
10.
It's
15.
17.
20.
Well, all of you will witness a beautiful milky white creature, like female creature, emerging from the seaweed with long flowing seaweed-like hair, green eyes, cloaked in the seaweed, dripping over her milky white wet body.
Lady.
And everyone that rolled lower than a 17 will believe that this creature is very beautiful and attractive and attempt to move as quickly as possible towards it into the water. So everyone that rolled below 17 will now be diving into this mass of seaweed.
Can I tackle said person first?
Let's all roll for initiative, see who gets to go first. That way we know who can stop who from doing what.
I rolled the big 20. Natural +5.
I got a
22.
4.
Damn, I'm all good.
4.
19.
Got a 4.
I got an 18 for our Kelpie here, so it'll go after Ig, but before Lilith. You will see Lilith and Ignatius diving towards the water all of a sudden.
When I look at this creature, what do I see?
You just see like a clump of seaweed, and there's like a form rising out of it, but it just seems like a lump of seaweed to you.
Shouts down to Ignatius. Lilith, where are you going? You don't know what could be hiding in seaweed? It's very dark down there.
Because of the charm, they seem to be totally ignoring you as you yell. Unless you physically stop them, they're going to jump in the water after whatever this thing is.
No.
Yeah, I dive into the water, I guess.
I'd like to arrange a rope into a lasso. Yeah, I'm going to try a survival check even though I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, see if you can tie a lasso even.
I rolled a 16. That's all I get because I have a +0 to my survival skill.
You don't tie a lot of lassos in your life. It's not a skill you've really needed in your luxurious living. But this one looks pretty decent. You feel like you could rope something with this?
Throw it out on this turn, or...
I'll allow the survival to be your move and the standard to be the throw. It'd be a dex, either a CMB or a dex, whichever one you are better at. I'm okay with either one right now since it's a friendly.
I got 21 on a CMB. Lilith's a woman, so we'll go with that. I would like to maintain that grapple, and then it's Rain's turn.
How about the troll? Is the troll running towards the water?
Thanks for bringing that up. I forgot to roll. Yeah, troll jumps in the water too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. 20 on my good friend over there. Not friend, Quake. I'm gonna just grab him while he's running forward by the back of his collar. And just
That's a
lift him
CMB
up.
then?
15.
Sounds like you both are, like, you guys are on the edge of, you're about to fall in the water, and both of you are grabbed back either physically or by rope. Troll, though, since no one's grabbing it, does tumble into the water.
Alright, cool.
But at this point, you guys are only like 6 days away from land.
Oh, let it go, man. Fuck that. I'm gonna let this. We're gonna leave while that happens.
You guys just want to try to get around it?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
The oar is still on board, so someone can row. That one, you want to do that, Rain? You want to row? You're a big tough mute.
Yeah, I'm a big. Yeah, I'm a giant.
Oh, is nobody gonna say goodbye to the troll?
I mean, am I
I mean,
enough
you're still charmed. You're probably still trying to jump in the water till you guys get far enough away from it. So it'll probably hit you once you guys get far enough away that your troll got left behind.
my best friend? Wow,
Yeah.
that's dark.
So yeah, you'll have to get about 45 feet away from this thing before the charm breaks. Regain your senses and see the troll being dragged down to the seaweed. He seems happy about it though.
He died how he lived. Let's get the fuck out of here. He never knew what was happening.
Rain vigorously,
He died confused. I rolled low enough that I'm going to let you guys reach land safely.
Heck yeah.
You are able to propel your raft through the water, into the shallow water, past the reefs and everything, because it's just a flat raft, so you don't even, it's able to get past a lot of the underwater things that would prevent boats from getting to this area. Land your raft, drive it ashore next to a jungle area, like large trees, vibrant green, lush, white sands. Still cool where you are, but definitely much warmer than the tundra. Like, it's probably about 70s, mid-70s where you're at right now. Nice cool breeze.
It's 70s and there's a rich jungle in front of us.
Large.
I mean, that makes sense now. Parts of Washington State are rainforest.
Yeah, and it's probably much warmer inland. Like right here on the shore, you're getting that breeze from the water and stuff too.
Alright.
That might be contributing. And like I said, you're pretty far north. It's a northern jungle for sure. Seems pretty ancient. Yeah, knowledge, nature, or geography, or anything. Yeah, local. It seems like an ancient forest. That's all you can tell from just landing on the shore.
15 knowledge local.
I got a 19 knowledge of geography.
10 on local.
5 on nature.
Sounds like Vic, Von Claude, and Rain have the most valuable knowledge. Vic's geography roll will lead you guys to believe you're on the continent of Norland. Untamed jungles, something your family has looked into before for resources, but it's difficult because of the wildlife there and the local Venaran population, so you haven't been able to establish good trade with them. But they have ancient trees whose lumber definitely provide for many homes, and they have rare plants, rare animals, stuff like that. So it's something your family's aware of. That's your geography knowledge of it.
15 knowledge local.
So your understanding of this area is of the people, the Venarans. You don't know much about them, but you've heard tale from, there's some books. You can only read because you had to learn letters to write, and there were some books in the library that you snuck peeks at, and there are Venaran tales.
There we go.
So you think this is the Venaran jungle, for sure, based on how old the trees are and how untouched it is by man.
I tried to write that down.
Well, that's a lot of words, so tell me which words you write down.
Venaran jungle, monkey people, not a lot of people here.
The place is called Norland. Desolate. That doesn't seem, from my knowledge, that there's lots of what we might consider civilization on it. Full of jungles, rare plants, big trees. Big wood. I guess we could probably make a better boat than this little raft if we had to. Although I prefer to find people, extort them out of money, and then pay some other people to take us somewhere else.
I will say, with your knowledge of geography, you would know that there is civilization south of here. The Darling Metropolis is south of this jungle. You would know that.
Do I know anything about the Darling Metropolis specifically?
That would take another roll. Geography, history, local, depending on what you want to know.
16 knowledge history about the Darling Metropolis, please.
The home of Jin Darling, pop superstar. Very large city, very rich city. They don't have a lot of resources to trade, but they do buy a lot of novelty goods. The Von Claude family has definitely sold things to them before. Your family had a healthy trade relationship with the Darling Metropolis. It's a very capitalist society there.
If we travel south from here, we might be able to find Metropoli Darling, the Darling Metropolis. City with not a lot of resources, but still a lot of money somehow. A lot of people, tourist destination, J'aime Darling. Don't really like their music. I hope they died painfully.
I got a 16 on knowledge history about the Darling Metropolis.
Yeah, it's about the same information. People live there, snakes, music. You all know the vibe of the Metropolis from the last game, and you can bring whatever information you remember to this game with that kind of a roll.
Ratfolk, not being able to bring in weapons.
There is a history of Ratfolk subjugation area. Pushed out of they don't get to live in the city, they usually live on the outskirts of the city or underground.
Can I do a knowledge religion to see if there is an Urgathoan temple? Darling Metropolis, how about that? That would get me on board. I got a 23.
You've heard rumors that the Darling Metropolis has an Urgathoan temple, although the one there is probably much more, I won't say commercial, but it's there for tourists. It's a tourist church. It's probably not a well-established, super hard Urgathoan thing. It's probably just like a church that has a buffet for visitors and Urgathoan tourists, stuff like that. So it's probably not as deeply Urgathoan as the church you come from, more superficial, but they probably do have something because it's such a big tourist town, and they probably want to accommodate all their guests.
Down to go to there and maybe help them kick it up a notch or serve them in any way that I can.
I want to go somewhere where they have like a bank, and then maybe we can stay in a hotel room, lunch,
service,
breakfast, and dinner, and tea.
Take a bath
Eat them.
with soap.
Oh, I would love to take a bath, especially Jean-Guy needs a bath.
Yes.
He needs some more fruit. He needs some more nut, a little bit more granola, and I'd like to love on Jean-Guy.
We can get there in half the time riding our horses, so that'll be good.
Rain rights. Can we kill people?
Yes, of course we can kill people.
Sold. Yeah, right. In capital letters, sold, and then with exclamation marks.
See, I knew I would like you when we crashed into the tundra from space.
Alright, so to Darling Metropolis we go.
Yeah, you guys head south.
Before we go, I would like to destroy the raft with my axe.
Yeah, chop
I'll help.
wood into
That
bits.
sounds like
Yeah, smash it apart. Let's do it.
let's take a 20 on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
let's
You can
just
take all
working
day.
at it.
Totally commit.
I just like smashing shit.
We don't want the troll to get it, that's for sure.
But this is a poor impulse control party.
I don't think we're gonna have to worry about him anymore.
You guys can head south, follow the shore. It's probably the easiest way. The Darling Metropolis is on the shore, so if you follow the shore south, you're really able to hit it. You guys will have to travel for several days.
Can we say the horses are grazing as they go?
Yeah, they can be eating grass and stuff. You guys can stop and feed them on the flora.
Yeah, we should be moving at least twice the normal speed, but we can cut that down a little bit to make sure that our horses are fed and we are fed as well.
All right, roll for initiative.
Natural one.
Ah, fuck. Now my
19.
9.
8.
All right, so Lilith, you get to go first. Maybe perception check to be the one that notices it.
It's going to be a 20, but not natural.
So as you guys are walking your horses south along the shore, through the sand along the edge of the jungle, you reach a part where the jungle is very thick and closer to the shore, and a cloud of black dust, a swirling swarm of insects comes towards you, droning a low buzz, thousands of botflies blocking your path. Because you have higher initiative than them, I'll let you stop before you can be in front of them. But you see this swarm, maybe 60 feet ahead of you guys, and you see the black cloud coming out of the tree line of insects.
Alright, I'll tell everyone to hold. Anyone got any wide range attacks that we can do? Otherwise, I'm just going to run in there and start swinging.
I can hit swarm.
Fly swatter.
Electricity at them, perhaps?
I got a natural one.
Well, it's this Lilith, Rain, and then you, so if they let you go, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I'll prepare an attack and let everyone else go before me.
If I'm going to go, then I'm going to ride up to 15 feet before the bulk of the swarm and cast Burning Hand. It is a cone-shaped
Cone-shaped burst, yeah. You blast some of them. I get a save of any kind, or?
A reflex, but I'm not sure that swarms can do that.
On the swarms, yeah.
I mean, I have a touch 18 for this swarm, so I don't know. Like, you'd still have to roll it. And my reflex,
It's a reflex half.
I rolled a 21 reflex.
That's half. 2 points of damage.
So you burn some flies. There's still a bunch there.
Sweet.
I guess I will try to turn. He can go first if he'd like, and then I'll go after him.
Well, that's very polite of you. It doesn't have you don't have to do that, but if you would like to, that's fine with me also.
You're ahead of me.
What an evil team.
I don't have anything good, like anything,
I was hoping to figure out something while you...
Yeah, that's sort of like if you want to do the Final Fantasy thing and like put yourself in the back, like stall your turn and put yourself in the back of the order. That's kind of what you're doing. But if you're both doing that, then it's gonna be my turn. If both
Well,
of you,
then it's my turn, and I'm going to go in there and swing at the swarm. Assume I can hit my great axe.
you can try,
That is going to be a 19.
but they're immune to weapon damage.
So I'm just swatting away for no goddamn good reason.
Yeah, it's just like flies. You swat at them and they move just out of the way of your axe because they have the fly sense, basically. Just like if you were to swing at them with your hand, they would move away. But now you're the closest one to them, putting yourself in great danger.
Ah, fuck. I do not have a good way to go about this.
You're probably the least
I just
protected
wanted-
for flies.
I'm throwing a flask of alchemist fire.
Dope. So you toss a bottle. Kaboosh. Is that a
Exactly
rain?
what I need you to tell me you were going to do before I ran into a
No,
goddamn...
no. You're not in the swarm.
You can toss it deep into the swarm. I'm fine with
It
that.
says DC 15 reflex.
I only got a 14, so they will take whatever fire damage you do to them.
That's 3 damage.
Now comes the botfly swarm's turn as they swarm upon Lilith. Deal automatic damage to anyone who occupies their space. No attack roll needed. There's no mischance, no concealment or cover. They move into your space and swarm you. You take 7 damage
Cool.
of just bug bites. You're just now covered in a bunch of red bumps, looking super gross. And I need you to make a fortitude save to make sure you're not infested with their larvae.
Ew.
4.
Yikes, dude. So you are infested with larvae. Baby botflies start growing under the bumps in your skin. You can cut them out with a 15 heal check on your turn, although each attempt inflicts 1d8 points of damage, whether or not it's successful. Remove disease spell destroys all larvae without any more harm to you. It'll just damage you once a day if you don't do anything about it.
So if I took 7 damage, would you assume there are 7 botfly larvae inside of me?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I shouldn't have said that.
This seems like something to take care of later kind of deal.
Yeah, maybe
Yourself in oil.
a lot of heal checks from your allies might help you later, but for now, you might have been infested by 7 botfly, baby.
No big deal. I'm pretty close to being dead, or at least unconscious.
Unconscious. Well, you guys are low level, and that'll happen. At least it's something really gross and disgusting like you would want it to be.
I don't think they attack run away from them. I don't know how that.
They can pursue you, but yeah, I
They
mean,
can pursue you, but they can't attack you from a range or anything, right?
How far away are they?
about 60 feet from you, but you're on a horse.
Yeah, I'll gather power, take a shot. I got a 21.
It's a hit.
3.
If I run away, they get an attack of opportunity, correct?
I'm not going to make a swarm do that. They're not intelligent enough for that. I'm not going to be an asshole right now. I'm drunk enough to be kind. If you want to run away from them, you can. They might pursue you on their next turn,
Because
but
otherwise, there's nothing I can do. I can't attack them with my weapons. I'm going to use my full round run.
you're also on a horse. You can, giddy up.
Yeah, so I'll go 120 feet away.
All right, you gallop. That's good. That's faster than they move, unless they're like really trying to pursue you, which I don't think they are. That's so far enough to get away from them. So you back up. You're now probably behind the rest of your allies. You're even back behind Ignatius and everybody else now.
How does this swarm look? How many of them are deadish?
I mean, it's hard to tell. It's like at least 300 flies over there, maybe more, 300 to 1,000 flies. You're not counting them or anything.
How far am I standing away from the flies? Like if I went that way,
You
would
are
I
at
still-
60 feet right now. If you move 60 feet, you'll be right up on them.
All right, I'm out of fucking fire. That was the only one I had. Yeah,
Very
that's something
helpful.
I can do.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should have saved it actually. But anyway, I'm just gonna go back with Lilith because I can't do anything really.
Do you want a perception check, Lilith, or anything?
I mean, well, Why would I?
I mean, I don't know. That's up to you. I don't know. That's why I asked if you wanted to. You don't have to want to. So Rain has retreated back to where you are also on his horse. I was just seeing if Rain wanted to observe your condition or anything.
Yeah,
but
sure, why not? I mean,
you guys
why
are
not?
evil,
What
so you
do
don't have to. I mean, it's totally okay if you don't care about each other. And check. I mean, you guys are
Yeah,
evil.
sure.
I only ask because you can, not because you have to.
22, yeah, sure.
You could observe all those big welts on Lilith, and you can observe that some of them are growing like with the size of larvae. Like you could tell it's dangerous. You've dealt with horses that have had bot flies before, so you're familiar with bot flies, I believe, from your experience raising horses. You've seen this. You're familiar with this condition. You know that Lilith likely has some bot fly larvae under those scabs, and they need to be removed at some point. You don't have to do anything about it now, but you already know about the problem.
Alright, cool.
Do you do anything? Because if not, it's the fly's turn.
I mean, I'm out, so.
Alright. The flies don't move from where they are, but they still are blocking your path forward. They're in that same patch near the beach. There's something there attracted them or whatever, but they are blocking your path in front of you.
So, what can we do to move them, guys?
We have range characters.
If they're gonna stay right there, I can take a 20 on just literally taking pop shots. Like
Keep
I
charging
get it
up and
all day.
zapping them.
Yeah, just, zip, 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 like a fly.
Seriously, that's okay with you guys. I'm not losing any slots or anything.
Right, I'd rather you have some kind of backup next to you. Well, like,
I can help
I'll stand here and, like, to protect you.
Yeah, if the swarm tries to approach you while you are destroying these disgusting insects, like I can protect you with a bit more fire, but I don't have a lot more juice left in the tank for the death. You know how it goes.
I have
Gotcha.
one thing I can do that I can now. I have one thing. It'll only do like
Rain like furiously scribbling on this chart.
Yeah, just,
If Rain writes all those words, it's very tiny, you just can't read it.
yeah, it's so tiny.
If he uses less words, it's easy to read. Yeah, do you want to just go ahead and zap these dudes, Ignatius?
If y'all are okay with that, I'd like to.
It sounds like Vic has your back if anything happens.
I'm going to protect you as well.
And
Yes, yeah.
Lilith. I'm sure Rain's in there somewhere, but yeah. You guys huddled together with your horses and watch Ignatius bug zap. I'm sure after a couple of zaps, they'll flee even. So let's say you even do it like 1 or 2 times, do some damage to them. They flee. So the path is clear now. You guys can pass through this part of the beach southward. You encounter some rain.
I'm hurt pretty bad at this point, guys. Otherwise, I would say we should definitely run in after them, but I'm in bad shape.
Rain, do you convey on your chalkboard the condition of those sores on
Yeah, I'll
Lilith?
say, you're going.
Would you guys like to
I
heal
point
check
at
Lilith before you leave? Although, like I said, this could do a lot of damage. Lilith might need to heal up before you even attempt it.
Since I know how to take care of bot flies, could I use the oil in my patch to?
Do you have some
suffocate?
sort of special oil
I mean, I have oil.
that you stole from the horse stables?
Yeah, I have just oil. It's like lantern oil, but yeah.
Well, also, what if I...
How about I let because of your history you can roll with advantage to heal on bot flies with that oil as long as you use the oil that you
Advantage,
roll
I
in.
get to roll it twice.
Roll twice, take the better number. Yep. Lilith will take damage each time, so you might need to space out how often you do it.
Okay, fair enough.
no, not fair enough. I'm not going to submit to you guys just cutting flies out of me when it's going to do potential damage to knock me out.
Okay.
Instead, maybe I could feed on someone and I could use my vampiric powers to help heal me.
Anybody up for that?
I heal so much when I sleep. Yeah, take a sip. I don't care.
Oh, I was gonna say.
The gregarious gnome, the friendliest member of your evil crew.
You guys being alive keeps me safer.
Ignatius like brushes away some of his gray hair from his neck and just like cleans off a spot.
It's all hairy.
Go for it, buddy. Yeah. Get some neck beard blood if you want. And it's that gnome variety. Gnomes have a funky flavor, so yeah. If you want to chomp down on some Ignatius, it sounds like Ignatius is willing.
Well, I don't know if it's even going to work. Can I roll a knowledge nature or history to see if that will even help me heal?
I mean, is that a way your character heals?
No, but it's a way that I gain temporary hit points.
Yes, you can temporarily heal that way.
Yeah, it's
That gives you a buffer, so then they can remove these bugs and possibly won't make you pass out or something.
Seems legit.
What we'll say for temporary hit points, what's your Constitution total there, Ignatius?
19.
19 hours of temporary hit points, whatever you get from Ignatius.
I bite him once and I get a 5 hit points.
Yeah.
Fight me up, bro. Let's do this thing.
But you can bite them once and give yourself a buffer. They can at least pull one of these things out. You can rest. They can do one tomorrow. They don't have to do them all at once. You know what I mean? They can take their time and slowly pick all 7 of these things out of you. And if you guys want to keep the larvae or something, you can.
Make our own swarm. Oh, put them in a bottle.
Put them in a bottle, grow them.
Horrible.
Have your own 7 bot flies to release wherever you want. It's a very small swarm, but still, they can poke some holes in the top so they mate, and they feed them. You know, give them some human. They love blood. Yeah, feed them some blood, then you can grow your own swarm, and then have a bot fly bomb.
That sounds like it's gonna smell terrible.
Yeah.
You can always make Rain carry it. He already smells terrible.
Yeah, I mean, he smells it.
Yeah. He smells like horse poop. Do you take that 5 HP from Ignatius?
5, I have to roll. Yeah, that's gonna be 5 damage.
All good, bud.
Are you ready to let them try to remove 1?
Yep, they can go ahead and remove 1. 10, yeah, I'm at 10 hit points.
That's enough buffer to take out 1 and not take you unconscious. So go ahead, Rain, roll me a heal check, and you can roll with advantage as long as you use 1 use of your oil.
21.
So that one gets removed. Now just roll 1d8 to see how much damage you do when you remove it.
Top 7.
5.
So you take some damage, you're weaker. You still have 6 botfly babies in you, which will affect you tomorrow when you wake up, but for the time being...
Can we keep the one botfly we took out? Does anyone have something we can put it in?
There's the question I was going to ask. Yeah, as long as someone has a way to save it, I'm fine with that. It's a larva right now, so yeah, you can save it until it grows into a fly. Give it some blood.
Have any. I should have bought a jar. I did not buy a jar. I have a vial.
They're small.
Yeah,
you
perfect.
You can fit in a vial.
There's also blood in the vial.
Go ahead, because you removed it with a knife, so you just go ahead and drip some blood in there. That's smart. That is something to feed on when it hatches. Now there's 6 in there. Do you want to try and remove another one? Do you think you have enough HP to handle that?
Could probably knock me unconscious, but I could also take that.
Do you trust these guys enough for that to happen or not? I guess is the real question.
Yeah, I'd say go ahead for 1 more, and then I'll try to
Rest up.
get some hit points back in the morning.
Oh man, 20 and then 21.
So that one works. So you're down to 5 botfly babies in you. So you don't even pass out.
You're out.
Conscious.
Yeah, but very weak. And if at that point, if you guys want to stop your horses in the beach, start a fire, pitch a tent, take a rest. These horses are well trained and don't seem to have run away from you guys yet. As long as you tie them up to a spike together or something, they seem to be fine. As long as you keep feeding them.
You trying to feed Palamas like shit.
If you guys let me rest 8 hours, I'll be almost back up to. I'll be close to full health.
Yeah, you guys let Lilith rest. One of you guys can stay awake even if you want. I feel like most of you guys are pretty healthy, so long as you're not awake for more than 3 days, you won't go crazy. All sleep a little bit and alternate watch. Keep track of your horses so they don't run away.
I'll take a shift of watch. And, hang out with Jean-Guy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Pet his, feed him his special monkey food.
Yeah.
What's the cycle of the moon is it right now?
The moon is a little more than half full right now. You got you itch a little more, but that's all. So Lilith, you'll heal up over the night, but now the next day you have to roll a fortitude save above 14.
7.
You take 2 con damage, temporary of course, until you rest twice to heal it twice. 2 days of rest will heal that. But now you can have more of these botflies removed from you since you have more HP back. If you would like Rain to heal you before you guys move on.
No, I think we should move on. I'll still have help until our next stop, then we'll take another
Yeah,
one out.
let's travel for another day and maybe make camp again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled low enough that you guys have no account the next day, so if you guys want to do that and then stop and make camp and try another heal check, that's fine. And then you'll be ready
Another one.
to rest the next night.
21 and 8.
So you're down to 4
Yeah, that's
botflies.
1 damage.
One. Nice.
He's a pro. Do you want to let him try another one? Yeah, get it down there.
Let's take out another one. Can we take like a 20 on it or something?
That's technically possible as long as you guys aren't in a rush. If you want to let him do that, it might take, longer. He can take his time doing it. Either way, you have to take the damage, but he can do that, and that's fine. Then there's no risk.
I'd rather we go ahead and make sure we take it out, and just go ahead and I'll take the damage.
Yeah, roll another damage there
I'm
then.
running out of oil.
Yeah, that way you don't have to waste any oil. Just take a 20.
Ooh, that one's 7.
7 damage there, Lilith.
Alright.
But you're down to 3 botflies in you, and the other ones are in the jar, or the vial.
I'll need to rest for the night to get some hit points back, because I'm down to, I think, 3 at this point. So.
Alright, so rest up, and the rest of you guys can do the same thing you did before. Sleep in shifts, keep a watch out, get your spells and stuff back. The next day you have to roll another fortitude save. Lilith, 14.
I got 19.
So today you're fine, no con damage. And of course
And I'll lose one of my cons.
Yeah, you recover 1, so yeah, you're not quite as con weak as you were before. And now there are only 3 botflies left in you. If you want to let Rain do that before you move on.
No. Let's take a day with me at almost full health to make...
Another day of travel?
Yep.
Alright, so you're only 2 days away from the city now, when you guys stop to rest again. Do you want to do it before you rest tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, go for it then, Rain.
Take a 20 on removing one.
Yeah, sure.
So let's do the damage.
4 damage.
Let's do another one.
7.
I am just barely unconscious.
So you pass out from that. Boom.
But I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll wake up in the morning. You're not going to die from anything, I'm sure. Because that was a heal check, I'm sure he's taking good care to cover your wounds and stuff or anything like that. And there's only 1 botfly left in you. Yep, you've captured the rest.
Taking fingernails.
You can wake up the next day, roll your heal for the night, however many hours you sleep and such. You want to remove the last botfly before you move on, or do a fortitude roll? Alright, then roll me a fortitude save.
Got another 19.
So for that day, you don't take any con damage, and you'll heal that
Now,
other...
also my last one.
Yep, so you're back up to normal con. You guys will travel.
8 hit points.
And now you guys can see the city from where you are. If you rode through the night, you could probably make it. So it's your choice if you want to just press on or stop and remove this last bot and heal up before you guys go into the city.
We're on our horses on the beach, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
You see the city and the city wall. They have very tall buildings, but it's easy to see from where you are. You have a day, maybe a day and a half of travel.
Yeah.
I just want to get to the damn city, but I'm not going to argue.
We have one more night to camp outside and make a game plan.
Definitely possible, and that would give you time to have one more bot fly removed and then be all normal.
Ren looks around and then puts money question mark.
Yeah, I have some. I mean, not really on me, but I should have some in the bank. Got a reciprocity agreement. You know how these things go between banks. They have magical measures. They have all sorts of things. But I should have money in the bank.
And he goes, oh. He puts up his hand like, oh. And then he writes, skating money, question mark.
Well, do you know that when you have a lot of money in the bank, they can give you more based on like this thing called interest.
You gotta have money to make money.
Right, it gains money taxable. So like, I have plenty of money.
It costs money to be poor, but you make money being rich.
I vote one more night outside of town to plan. Well, we don't know what kind of town we're walking into. We need to do a little research, a little recon.
Maybe talk amongst
maybe,
yourselves,
and
what share information.
Yeah, rate vigorously knowledge for that.
Works for me.
It's a good plan. Do you guys want to talk about your plans before you remove the last bot fly or after?
We can do it before. That'll be fun. I'll tell you awake no matter what.
Another 7.
Alright, I have 1 hit point left, so I'm going to be a little sluggish on our planning.
Yeah, and you'll probably sleep really well after the planning. But yeah, you're there for it and awake, and you have all those. What was it? 7 bot flies? That was the number.
Yes.
7 bot flies in a vial now. The larvae, and you've given them blood so they can be a tiny bot fly bomb. Won't be a huge swarm, but it can still be annoying. Spread disease and such.
Let's start rolling some knowledge locals, maybe, to see if we know more about Darling Metropolis, what we're getting ourselves into.
Yeah, 14 knowledge local.
Any kind of knowledge would help you at this point. Whatever knowledge you think would benefit you the most.
Yeah, I got a 7 on local.
17.
I know there is an Ergothoan temple in this town, and
That's
where
enough.
I'm gonna head to as soon as we walk inside the gate.
Sounds like Vic Von Claude right now has the most information to share, which you can.
I remember the majority of its economy X amount of years ago was based on music and tourism in that order, or
Yeah.
maybe not in that order anymore by the time that we had gotten there. I remember that Gem had a stranglehold on the city, that Serpentine bastard with inaccurate prophecies.
I mean, to be fair, he wasn't a great oracle or anything.
I think that was really all there was to know as far as its economy, because there's really not shit else around here. With a 17 local, do I know if there's a bank there?
It's definitely a large enough city. They have a bank, and yes, you could easily access money there if they know who you are.
Do you know if we're allowed to bring weapons in?
I think with the role you had, I think that you would know that the law prohibits use of weapons. If you come in through a main gate or the port, they will probably confiscate your weapon. At least that's the way it used to be. They'll probably confiscate your weapons. There are strict weapons laws there, yes, for
Weapon
public
laws
safety.
Are stupid, strict, restrictive, totalitarian, authoritarian, overall horrible stuff.
But I think you, as a rich person, know there's always ways around the law.
And also, can I roll a knowledge history to see if I know a way to get inside of the town? That's a 6. I got nothing.
You know,
I
it's-
love
I am a
sewers.
weapon.
I'm in. I'm here.
or if you can bribe them, or there's all kinds of ways to get around the law. I think, like I said, Vic knows that. Like,
Murder the guards.
One more night to rest. In the morning, we can head into town if you guys want. You guys choose which way we go.
Ray doesn't care either way. Puts that in writing.
I don't need weapons, but it's up to you guys.
Don't need weapons either.
Ignatius is like, I am a weapon. Zap, zap, zap.
One's thunder, this one's lightning.
We should go to the main gate and try to bribe them into not confiscating our fantastic weaponry, Lilith. If that doesn't work, we sneak in and we murder anybody who tries to take it from us.
Murder!
Tune in next time for more Constant Chronicle Bad Egg. This episode of Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater was sponsored by our fans and friends on Patreon. Donate today. Keep Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater alive.